Hello there, and this is a late night edition of What the FUT. Yes, we're back, and I'm here with Adam.
Hello.
Right, we're going to talk about a lot of things that have pissed us off in the last couple of weeks, um, including stuff on the pro scene, EA's biggest fuck ups, waiting to Team of the Year, and stuff with gameplay, all coming up after the music.
And we're back.
Ah, fantastic. Right, first of all, I would just like to say that we were devastated to hear the news that FUT Sumo had died, and all our thoughts go out to his family and friends. It's shocking news. Right, so onto the pod. Basically, sorry we haven't recorded in a while, but I've had loads of personal stuff to deal with. I know you have as well, Adam, and it's just our times haven't really matched up. We hope to maybe do a few more before the end of the game, but we'll see how it goes, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been quite a crazy time. I don't want to get into all of it, but it's been, it's quite funny that similar shit seems to be happening to us. I mean, as I said, I don't want to go into it, but it's one of those.
It's one of them. Yeah. But talking of fucked up shit, we can talk about EA, and I mean, to be honest, there seems to be a mess, like a weekly mess, and we have pointed to some of it on our Twitter.
Yeah.
But we haven't necessarily covered it in huge detail. But EA just constantly fucks up. Now, I'm not talking about the stuff like where they accidentally, right? And people need to wake up and smell the coffee here, right? And EA and their accidental leaks that happen every week to create hype. Do you not understand that at a point it's not an accident? They're doing it. They're doing it at odd times. It's a marketing strategy. It's not anything else.
Yeah.
It's look, we've accidentally look, and then someone spreads the news, and then the news spreads, and then everyone's up for it. Like, and the FUT community falls for it every time. Like hook, line, and sinker. It's not a it's not a leak anymore or a fuck up. It's a ploy to get you in. Like, wake up and smell the coffee. Anyway, so first thing I wanted to talk to you about, other than that fuck up, which is not really a fuck up, Adam, was the icon. So the new. So did you see the last icon SBCs?
I can't remember which ones they were, to be honest.
So it was Ronaldo, Vieira, Hullet, Eusebio, but it wasn't the prime moments. It was just the primes, and there was a Cruyff prime moment, and they released them all on the same day randomly, and was like, "That's your lot. We're done."
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I don't even know where to begin with them.
Well, I mean, firstly, it's not their best. They didn't release everyone was waiting for their best versions, and they didn't bother.
Yep.
And their excuse was that it wouldn't be the price that they wanted it to be when they released them. But the issue I have with that is by them releasing all 5 at the same fucking time meant that the prices shot up of every icon SBC because no one could get their holds on enough 90s, 89s, 88s, 87s. Like, it was ridiculous. And then it sent the icon market crashing down because that was it.
Yeah.
Like, the good ones got worth a lot more, and the shit ones died because now you knew they were useless, basically.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was terrible. I mean, it was awful. I like the quiff, the 94 quiff. Is it 94, 95 quiff? Is really nice, and Socrates is really good. But there are only two prime moment SBCs that are worth anything.
Oh yeah, there's there's some really bad. Do you know what though? There's some really but just bad moments, icons in general that just because I thought that the moments it could have been a really good opportunity for them to. I know we've moaned about this in the past, but it would have been a really good opportunity to do something a little bit special with these icon cards, and rather than like maybe like a time when Henri, you know, when he invented the fucking kick, the fake pass kick, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
To give him 5-star skill moves, then, like, or other really interesting fun things, but instead they were just obsessed with just giving us minor upgrade to some. Some got a nice boost and stuff. I must admit, the most surprising being Yari Littman, and I used him in the draft, and he was incredible.
wow.
He was incredible. The Paul Scholes moments is worse than any base icon. It's the worst card in the game.
No,
For
you
It's
using it
so
wrong.
bad.
I've
I've
had that in a draft, and honestly, I just line it up, bang, goal, line it up, bang, goal.
I don't know. The point being though, the whole icon moments thing was a fucking disaster. The upgrades, whatever prick at EA. Sorry, I know that's really nasty, but whatever prick at EA thought it was funny to make people spend 2 million to buy an icon and then another 1.8 million to just upgrade it by one fucking stat point should literally. Oh, I suppose they shouldn't be fired because it's the EA way, isn't it? Just cream as
No,
much money as
do you know
possible.
what? I haven't actually covered that in our notes, but that is so true. That Lewis Figo upgrade was a disgrace.
It,
Like, but not there. Do you know what? I think they saw that it was a disgrace, and then their answer to it was, right, well, fuck you. Then we're not releasing any more moments.
Yeah, because essentially, I mean, this is supposed to be the year where they really gave back to the community and stuff, and we covered that very early on and said, what a massive improvement
Oh,
and stuff. But they've just
that's
shat
nice.
on the community.
Yeah,
With
I
shit like
mean,
this, they've just shat on the community.
they've just gone for content every 2 weeks. But
Yeah,
what people don't realise is that content that they're producing is just another set of cards that gets more money out of the community.
yeah.
Like, it's not. I mean,
Birthday
do you know
was a
what?
disgrace. Let's call it what it is. Sorry, we didn't get to cover birthday, so just very quickly. Birthday was a fucking disgrace. All the birthday cards were a joke, really. I mean, you had your three big ticket icons, but where's the fun, stupid one? Where's the fun, stupid one that really makes you laugh?
Well, yeah,
Lukaku.
yeah, like where was the? Do you know? I get that it was all about position changes and stuff. Yeah, but there wasn't anything like they ruined the cards. We did cover it briefly, didn't we? I think for birthday, but
Possibly, yeah.
they just ruined the cards. They did, instead of making it like them usable, they just ruined them. And
Yeah.
what's the point?
I've got the
Like,
Salah and the Carl Walker. I've got them in untradeable packs. And they do a great job sitting on my bench, never coming on. I mean, that Salah, no, like, I'm sorry, but
that
considering,
Salah's probably the best one, you know that, because
yeah,
at least it has 99 interceptions.
yeah, no, I'm not knocking it. It's just, do you know what, weirdly, it's a decent little midfielder to bring on off the bench because it can defend and it can attack. But the thing is, Salah was incredible last year. Let's not get it twisted. And this year, it's not like he's been jobby. People like to think that he's like slowed down and stuff. 19 goals from a winger apparently is terrible in the Premier League now. But
Yeah,
let's like you could have given him an incredible card. You could have given him an incredible card. Like, I get it. Don't make him a striker. Don't make him a CDM. But like, you could have. I don't know. I've been saying this for ages. Some of these weird magical cards need to be weird and magical. Give him 5-star weak foot. It'd be worth billions then, and it'd be fun. Because that's what birthday's
yeah.
supposed to be, is fun.
Caref- I think that what they've done is they saw that people liked some of the stuff last year with Sissoko in centre midfield, although that is ironically where he went to play,
Yeah.
and Koya at centre back,
And the best left back ever
and
made.
the best left back ever made in Gareth Bale, and they've tried to replicate it in a false way.
Yeah.
and just give people position change for no reason.
Yeah, like
Just
Lukaku
go.
centre back.
Yeah, just go.
Which, by the way,
Okay.
wasn't that bad of a card. It's just
It was awful. It. You know what? It's one of the big things that pisses me off is that if you go on a site and you see that you put shadow on it, its defense goes down because the defense that they gave it was
yes,
fake.
okay.
That
That is
sort of stuff
disgusting.
is just not on.
No, I
Like
know the lying from them is disgusting,
it's
especially.
disgusting. And I'm sorry, right? Like I'm not like I know we're far from EA Shields, but I want to support EA. Like, oh, when EA do something good, I want to be like, yeah, EA done
Yeah,
something good. But that's not on. You can't do that. Imagine, right, going into any other game, going into say like a shoot 'em up, and you go, this gun does say Apex Legends, which is an EA game. Say
yeah,
you went, this gun does 15 damage per hit,
yeah,
and then you go, oh, actually, well, no, it does 11.
yeah.
Oh, but
And
I spent all my money getting this gun. Oh no, we're too late now, mate.
can you imagine on a racing game, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, this car can go to 220 miles an hour, and you're down the straight, and it's only doing 190, and you're just getting
Yeah,
breezed
and then that's it,
past.
and you're just getting yeah. What the fuck is that? It's not on. It's not
It's a
fair. You
dirty
can't do
lie,
it.
yeah.
You can't just lie on a fucking card to make it seem more worth it. Like, sorry, EA, it's not
Yeah,
acceptable.
because that's
Don't
that
do that.
mean.
Don't do that sort of shit again. And I know that FUT Economist, who is working at FIFA, he's going to be working at FIFA next year, and people are all getting very excited. But I mean, you got to remember, he's not going to suddenly become head of fucking FIFA relations and
No.
change everything. Like, I wish him the best of luck, but he's not going to be able to change this sort of shit. This is the sort of shit I hope he can sort out, like where he can see like something like that, and he just goes, "No, you don't fucking dare! No, no, no." I mean,
Yeah.
he's way more polite than that, but like, no, 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 don't be fucking dickheads. But yeah, talking about them sort of SBCs, every SBC now seems to be just shit.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
God, they are.
when have you seen an SBC? Even that Mane, I was like,
No,
oh,
there's
it's
only
quite.
been one good one. Baluta.
Ah, Baluta was good.
He was
Baluta
really
was
good. He's
nice.
in my team now because I liked that card so much, and he
Uh,
and he does move like Messi. It's very weird to watch him play,
I
but
still think he's
it's
trash though off the bench.
he's good when you're playing him. He's 99 pace, 99 agility, and he's got good shooting. When
Okay,
he when he's your actual player, and he's on 8 chem, let's say, he's really good. But I've got to
but I
say
think
that's one good card in fucking months.
yeah, like even that Gon like that Gon I can't say his fucking name. The one that's out, the team of the thingy, the one that plays for Goncalo Guedes. I
Yeah.
hope I haven't
Oh, that's
butchered your name there.
trash.
Yeah, it would be good if you didn't need four team of the fucking weeks. If you only needed two, fine, great.
Even then, it's
What?
a bit trash, mate. 90
Yeah,
agility and
it's shit, but it's 87, and you only need two 83 rated squads. It's fine. Like, let people have it. Like, I don't mind releasing shit. I don't mind people releasing shit. I don't mind them doing shit cards. That I don't actually have that much of an issue with. What I have an issue with is they're making them overly expensive, like
yeah,
ridiculously overly expensive, like unnecessarily. Like, oh, you need four team of the weeks because team of the weeks are not already scarce enough as it fucking is,
oh, Team of the Weeks have
right?
been a disgrace this year in terms of like the scarce. In fact, card scarcity in general has been
No,
disgraceful.
team of the weeks, like producing enough of them is not necessarily the problem because loads of people open packs. It's people are opening enough packs, but the problem is they've made people need them so bad for like every SBC now that they become hard to get.
Yeah,
And like you get things like Forrest, James Forrest, for example, on PC, his 86 inform is 50k. His 87 man of the match is 35k. Why is
yeah,
that? Why is that, EA? I don't know, Davey. Why is it?
it's
Because
so
you
true.
fucked up. Because you fucked up.
Could you
Stuff like
imagine
that
if they
shouldn't be happening.
changed it to one like well, let's call them what they are. Any card that's not a gold or a silver or a bronze is a special card,
Yeah.
including reds, right? Why don't you just make the requirements at least two special cards? Instead of one team of the week, two special cards. Because
Yeah.
then you blend in, because then you could, and make it so we can use fucking reds for that shit.
Yeah.
Because they're a
That's the thing as
joke.
well. that is another thing where we will talk about that when we will do a FIFA what we want in FIFA 20. But one of the things that
A
Reds are
9 hour
useless,
podcast.
and yeah, but the thing is, the thing is, like Reds are useless. They tried to make that SBC where you trade in 11 jobbers to hopefully get your hands on 186 plus, and then it's a jobber.
Yeah.
Like what fuck? Like come on now.
Oh, do you
Like
know
there's
why they
so
did
many
that?
of these.
Do you know why they did it? I'm so sorry. This is not a call out against the people that I'm going to mention here, but you've got people like Castro, people like Bateson, people like that have played the game since the start. They're putting about 150 grand worth of coins into the fucking game, and I'm not having a go at them because that is their bloody job to do that. Like it's literally
Yeah,
their job. I'm not complaining. They are literally there to
yeah.
just open every pack, do every SBC. That's
People
awesome.
like their personalities, and that's how
Yeah,
they get. It's
and
fine. Yeah,
respect to them. I'm no problem with that. What I do have a problem is that you've released this SBC so that we can watch them open them. It's not so that we, the players, because even if you played every single thing, right, you, with all due respect to the vast majority of the listeners out there, you have not got a team that's worth 250 billion coins like Bateson and Castro have. So you can't go 27, 28, 29 and 0 or 1 or 30 and 0.
yeah.
Like
That is the
Bateson's gone
point.
30 and
That is,
0 like 16 times this year. And I'm
has he
not,
actually gone 16
yeah,
times?
and I'm not taking the piss out of him. He's obviously a decent enough player to get that. But he has the best team on the game. And then he played that other guy, Tekers,
Tex, SE
yeah,
Tex,
the
yeah.
second best player in the world. And no, he is. MS Dosser is still the champ.
All
But
right, we'll talk about that later. But
yeah,
yeah,
but he played, a guy that's at the moment the highest ranked. I'll give him that. And he got torn apart by him. So he's obviously not like a pro player, and that's no
and
disrespect to Bateson
that
at all.
that's one of the things that I'm gonna talk about also later in the podcast actually about why PC is actually a lot harder than your old consoles.
Yeah,
Because I've received some abuse, winky face, from people saying, "Well, oh, you've only done it on PC." Well, yeah, but yeah, back to the SBCs. I mean, the flashback SBC, you couldn't even repeat it, so you couldn't just keep going until you got Torres. That's a disgrace. If they did it like that, you could keep going until you got Torres, keep going until you got Vidal, keep going. Fine, fine.
yeah.
You know what? Let people have it. It's an 85 rated thing. Like, but instead, you're just gonna leave some poor jobber with fucking Wan Fran on their face. No one wanted that fucking like, you
No,
know.
there was worse ones than that. There was Bradley.
Esween, no, Bradley's decent. If you could fit him into a team, he was decent.
The one
Um,
I wanted out of it, and I never ended up doing it, but the one I wanted out of it was the Rossi. I knew I wouldn't
David
get him.
Luiz. There are a few ones
No,
that are
but
good,
David Ross,
but there was also
Rossi's fit my team so
you
beautifully.
don't you don't think of the absolute shit. A lot of people have done De Rossi actually. You don't think of the absolute shit like Payet, which wasn't very good, or Esween, or Dumbius, which was meh. What other meh ones are there? Like the thing, Goats there
Oh,
weren't great.
Pedro.
Pedro, oh god, loads of people got Pedro and were like, and now he might get an inform that's better than it. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it was awful. It was just a mess.
To be
And
fair, they flash back to a point in his career when he was still trash. I
it's
don't know
still
why you got a flashback. You got. With all due respect, you got players out there that the community would love to have a flashback of. Quaresma,
Hernandez, Sanchez, Hernandez, Sturridge, people not very popular ones.
yeah,
But
I,
the thing is, Vidal's as well, like where he got his leg fucking miraculously regrown. He's been that good this season.
yeah, he has.
Like he's been fucking unbelievable for Barca. I mean, we're not Barca's biggest fanboys,
No, we
but
hate
he's
him.
been. No, but you talk to someone like Miss Barca, and they're always like Vidal is a fucking machine,
Yeah,
and he just got basically that flashback card is like, oh, we accidentally fucked you. Whoops, let's
why did
just
they
try
chop
and
his
put you
legs
back.
off?
I have no idea.
And
And
now that flashback card, I've got to say, I've played against it a few times. It's beautiful. It's
it's
exactly
crap.
what I. Nah,
With my team, I just
with your team, no. But what I mean is, against he does move around the pitch really well now. If there's someone stuck Shadow or Hunter or something on him,
But
then he.
Kante's anti anyone like that.
Yeah,
Like I think
that's Kante.
if your team doesn't have Kante in, like you're being very brave because Kante's like
Oh, thank you, Steve.
absolute staple. I I don't see people who play without Kante are soldiers.
The thing is
Um,
that I have a slight problem with Kante in teams. Kante is incredible. Kante is very, very special. Kante is not as good as Kante on FIFA. And I love Kante in real life. I think he's fucking
he's been playing
revolutionary.
CAM this year though.
No, but every year, even the Leicester year,
Sorry, the
he was
Leicester year,
never as good as
he
what he is on
won
FIFA.
Leicester a title. He won Leicester a title, mate.
Fair
Come
enough.
on
Oh no,
now.
no, yeah, okay. But apart
Right,
from the Leicester, you can't give him that every year though. Like he's
he's.
very, very good.
I think he's probably the. I reckon if people appreciated defensive midfielders a bit better, I think he'd probably. I reckon he'd be the best ever defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I think he is. I think
Like defensive. Like not
also
like.
his trophy cabinet is absolutely beautiful. Let's not joke about
That's
it.
not. Yeah, it's a Champions League way from being completed and being able to retire.
And a European Championship though, because they got to the final, they didn't win it.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, talking of players that are overrated slash underrated, the team of the weeks now, because they've released so many hyped cards. Team of the weeks, everyone is a bit just like great.
They
Nah.
started the season with making disaster classes for Team of the Weeks. You looked at them and went, "Oh wow, what an upgrade! +1 pack." Because like,
Oh look, a plus half a one on a Champions League card.
yeah, that was the biggest joke was that you
But
would
they've
just
tried to fix that. They've tried to fix that now, which is fine. Which fair enough. EA props, like you tried to fix your mistake, but now it's just like team of the week. You're just like, who cares?
I
Like,
know.
and the worst thing, the thing that pisses me off, this is going to be drawn into top 100 awards. It shouldn't be a team of the week pack. It should be a special players pack
Yeah, I agree.
because
Um,
then you can hold it till the Friday. If you're going to do this 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, we're going to release something special. They can hold on to the Friday and just beg the Lord that Champions League Ronaldo lands in their lap.
yep. Do you know what? Actually, I've got to say something, and this is not kissing my own ass. Well, it is a little bit kissing my own ass. At the start of the year, we had Mikel and Glenn on, and that I was saying to them, your rewards for being in top 100 are not good enough. It's not good enough what you're given because you've done something that should be really, really great, getting into the top 100, and you don't really get anything for that. And you know how that's been compounded for me is because of the fact there is a player who gets into the top 100 every single week on PlayStation or Xbox, I can't remember. He's called Danny Taylor, and he goes to like the big tournaments and all that. Like he's a pro player. I've seen him get 2 walkouts in about 15 videos. It is, and he's top 100 all the time. And
Shout
one
out
time,
Danny Taylor.
bless him, one time it made me genuinely sad. I was watching my wife, and my wife don't really understand the game, and even she was like, "Oh God, look at his face," because he was so happy he got an 88 Lloris. Right,
Stop
that
trolling. Stop trolling, man. Don't be
I'm
deep.
not. I'm not. He smiled. He was like, "Oh yeah, that'll go." And then he saw the price and he was heartbroken. But like, this is a guy that really should be getting an icon a month. And if you get to the
Yeah.
top 100 consistently per month, congratulations. You should be get because also if the
I don't
rewards were
agree an
better,
icon per month, like, but you should be able to get like, because I mean, you do get like, if you get four top 100s in a row, you get guaranteed 500k coins. That's an icon a month. It's not a good icon, but it's an icon a month.
well then do you know what they should do? Because EA love pack openings and all this bollocks, right? I mean it is their fucking selling point. So how about just make it a base icon? And at the
No.
end of the, do you know why you make it a base icon? Because it's very unlikely that anybody, apart from like the content guys, will get. Because I'm so sorry to say, their packs are boosted. I don't care what anyone fucking says. If you've watched their videos, the you, I know
You
that they're opening a lot, but their rewards are fucking incredible as well.
I mean, It's a difficult one. I've seen Mikel pull a Pogba team of the week out of a pack, but that's the luckiest he's been.
Yeah,
And Mikel is consistently top 100,
exactly.
and he very rarely gets
And I
great
have no problem with
rewards.
pack luck as such. It is what it is. We all sign up for it every time
Well,
we
I'm not.
play the
If
game.
we don't sign up for it, but that's another debate for another
Oh,
day.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Is in like as
Yeah.
long as it's consistent, I don't have a problem in that sense. What I do have a problem with is that the best players in the game should be getting rewarded properly. The reason being is because of the fact that especially if they're doing it consistently. Glenn, Mikel have got it since the beginning of the year. You have consistently been at least like gold one, if not elite, for the whole year. And it's not like that like, what is your best pull from your awards?
Neymar maybe.
Right, fair enough. That's a great card. But after that, it'd be quite low, wouldn't it?
I mean, I can't. The thing is, because I open all my packs in big go, so I couldn't actually tell you
You haven't got
because I
one
don't.
good red, though.
I had Ericsson.
That's not a great red, though.
I had Ericsson 89, Allison 8. Allison was not an 88 when I held on, and same for I had Cancelo 87.
Okay, okay. That's a good one. That's a really, really good one. But you know what I mean? As in, like,
No, I
look, the
know, I
rewards were
know.
better last year. I,
The
yeah,
thing is, if you consistently get gold one, like you should be able to get some stuff like some tangible. You do get 70k coins. You do get quite a bit of stuff, but like you get two jumbo rare player packs. You very rarely get anything good in them.
yeah. And also,
Like
like, with all due
I tell you what,
respect,
I did open a few ultimate packs since being Div One on Rivals, and I tell you what, they're pretty good to be honest. They're
that's
pretty nice.
interesting because everybody complains about the ultimate packs being the worst. That's really
Oh
weird.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
all
I
the
opened up
content guys hate
one.
them.
Oh, one. I got one, and it was like 87, 86, 85, 84,
Oh,
and I was
that's
like, oh, that's
amazing.
pretty good.
I
I
think
mean, untradeable, but
considering I've not been consistently playing FUT champs and things, my
oh,
best
I haven't
pull has
too
been
much.
the Salah probably. I got a team of the week Suarez, but that was from
Pay to win.
no, it wasn't. It was from my 15k pack, the weekly ones.
Yeah, from paying an extra.
Oh yeah.
Pay to win. Well, anyway, so we'll just quickly like team of the weeks, even though they haven't been that exciting. We're looking at team of the weeks, and we've been lazy this week. I've just looked at GS Legends predictions because he's a good bloke and he does a lot of good content, and his predictions are pretty sound. Can't argue with any of them really. Um, Basically, the main ones to look out for are Mbappe and Ruiz and possibly Benzema. Benzema. Benteke gets one, but it's trash, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd stick it in.
Yeah.
Um, it does feel like that all this sort of stuff is gearing for let's get to team of the season. The Mbappe would be nice,
Yeah.
but I mean, how likely are you going to be to pull it? Like, there's other stuff. There's a lot of filler in his prediction. That's not a thing. Like, but stuff like Suel, Goncalo Guedes, Santi Cazorla, Sigurdsson, like high rated trash. And
Yeah.
so that's why it's so believable because he's obviously thought about like how EA operate and
Do you know what? You just brought up Santi. Where's his flashback? Because not only that, he's got so many team of the weeks this year. He deserves it.
did he not have a flashback?
He's not had a flashback, and you look at it. I mean, that was one of the creamiest people, like
I
play wise.
mean, but I mean, would you give him a 90 rated flashback? Where would he?
He's never been a 90 rated flashback. I'll give you that. But one where, do you know what? It should have been done way earlier. But one where he's just got 80 pace, and like the one that's being predicted. If you gave that 80 pace, that'd be an okay flashback. It wouldn't be great. It'd be
I mean,
trash in the grand scheme of things. But
his Christmas card ain't bad. Because
really,
they've actually they gave it 70 pace. But the
okay.
thing is, it's not usable. It's not usable. I'm like, it's not even fun. It's
He
just
is
not
5 star,
usable.
5 star though.
Yeah, but it's not usable. It's still not usable.
It's a
I mean,
fun.
how can someone have 74 agility yet be fucking doing 5-star skills?
I know.
Like fucking logic, EA. Like, come on. Anyway, we'll stop fucking just trashing them.
Yeah,
Um,
we could get back to that in a minute.
we can get back to that in a minute. Yeah. Um, I now want to talk about. I spelled flaws the most retarded way on these notes. Um, let's talk about. Actually, no. Do you know what? I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna talk about weekend league and some because it can link in a bit better.
I think
So
someone had a good weekend league this
I
weekend.
did have a good weekend league. I did spoil it.
Oh, sorry. No,
Um,
no, no, no. It was just a decent weekend league. We'll come back to it. Don't worry.
no, yeah, I did get top 100, but it was on PC, and it was only going 25 and 5. But the difference between,
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you very
First
much,
one on the podcast to do it.
all my fans clapping. That's me clapping, by the way. Um, right, um, I will say the people that say, "Oh yeah, top 100 in PC is easier," well, it's not because I had to play like 5 or 6 other people in the top 100.
Yeah.
And you can go look it up because it's on the Champions channel. Um, but like, and them teams are better than mine. Like, I had to play someone who had uh the nuts, like the flush, like 99 Ronaldo, Eusebio,
Yeah.
moments, Hullet, etc., 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 etc. Like a Bateson-esque team, and I had to play like 5 or 6, 7, 8 of them and loads of other like ridiculous teams. Like the amount of times I kept seeing Eusebio and Hullet,
Yeah.
I was like,
Do you know
I
what
mean,
this?
not that my team is bad,
I've actually got like a worse point about like that. What you're saying as well is about the PC thing. You, I get why people, because of the fact that the pro
but
players are on that.
Bateson Bateson can go with 30-0 because he
Yeah.
can just avoid all the pro players,
Yeah.
and because he streams, like he's got all the pro players. Like I like Bateson. Like yeah, I know a lot of people, a lot of traders and stuff hate him. I like Bateson. He seems like a nice enough bloke,
Yeah.
right? He follows all of the pro players, yeah, who a lot of them are on tournament weekends and stuff as well. He follows them all. He knows when they're playing. He just doesn't play when they're playing. Looks when they're playing. Oh, they're playing now. They're in a game. All right, go. Right. He can go 30. It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's easy for him. The fucking one streamer PC has is fucking Mikel, and he does it about fucking 8 in the fucking morning on a Sunday anyway. So it ain't no
Yeah.
fucking good. Like, I can't avoid anyone. I played
We.
fucking one of the their friends the other day who's got a god squad and he dicked me. That was
Do
not this weekend league. That was last weekend league. He fucking smashed me.
you know what
Um,
though? Do you know what? I've said this from the beginning, without question. Without question, right? The consoles obviously have the best top tier players. You know, I mean, if I'm not, with all due respect to myself, I think that I've beat top 100
I'd love
players
to
and all
give
things
him.
like that.
I'd love
Someone
to
like
give him a
Kurt would
go.
come along and fucking destroy me.
I'd love to see.
I'd love to do it.
I don't want to. I don't want to like get Mikel in trouble, but I'm going to get Mikel in trouble. Mikel 5-0'd Footwiz Jamie at the fucking
That's true.
thing. I mean, I don't know if that is actually 5-0. Apologies if I'm over bigging him up. But
No, I
Mikel
think it
beat
was that.
him. Mikel beat him. I don't know. We went there. Mikel beat him though, and Mikel is like. I mean, he was very good at FIFA 18, and
Yeah,
he's not so good at FIFA 9. He's still top 100 all time,
yeah,
but he's not. He's 25 and 5 more regularly than he is like 30-0.
and
Because there's only one. There's only one. There's one King of the Castle 30-0. There's
yeah,
one. There's one a week. Fucking one. Imagine you have to fucking grind your way. You have to be the one because you're gonna play a 29 and one. Like in your last game, you're gonna. The thing is as well on PC it waits. Like I
yeah.
don't know if it does on the consoles, but on PC, like I had to wait when I was 24 and 4. I had to wait fucking 10 minutes for a game.
Do you want to know the dirty hack that happens on PC to make sure that good players play good players? Is that there is? I'm going to talk about this on another podcast. The cheat from I believe it's actually I can't remember all the details on it, but there's a horrible cheat on PC which allows you to completely hack through the draft, perfect time finishing, and boost all the stats of your players. So 99 pace teams and things like that, right? That also gives you, when you're about to go onto FUT champs or rivals or anything that blocks you seeing the other player, it gives you what their team is and what their skill, what their current weekend league record is. So when you sign in, when you go to play a game and someone backs out, that's someone using that cheat, right?
You reckon?
Yes. So they only end up playing the bad guys. So the bad guys only end up getting played against them guys, and then the rest of the crop is like the top end for like when you got further in the weekend league. And that's because that's why. I mean, me and you have both experienced this. Our first 10 games in weekend league generally are 10-0 or at worst 8-2, right?
I mean, I had my worst one forever. This time I went 9-1.
Yeah, right. And then after that, it just suddenly changes up completely. And I feel it's because of the fact that it's very well weighted. But you can't do that on console properly because you got millions of players, not hundreds of thousands. It's just harder to do that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I've had my thing about it. Like, and if anyone wants on PC wants to come challenge me, drop us a DM. I've always said drop us a DM and I'll give you a go. I'll give you a hammering.
I'm
I
down for
shouldn't
it.
get so cocky.
I'm
I
down for it
shouldn't
as
get
well,
so
by the way.
cocky.
As
I
well.
also want to say at this juncture that I was regularly Gold 1, and then I was elite, and then I dipped down, and then I sent a video to FUT coaching, and he pointed out some very simple things, and it has now made me go from good to very good. And I honestly think like I dominate every game I play. There's not one game like where I'm not in the ascendancy. Like I always think I've got a chance.
See,
Like
I honestly feel like that in my games. I think that 2 out of every 100 games I'm like overwhelmed a bit, but I don't want to hammer on about this too much. But unfortunately, the game
right,
has become.
let's talk about your weekend league experience.
Okay. I have to be really careful. I can't. I'm almost holding back from what I really want to say here, but we can
No, just say
complain
the
about.
truth, Adam. Just
Fine.
say what you
We
want.
can complain about EA all we want and about them not fixing gameplay patches, and I 100% agree with that. And I think that there is some really, really bad shit gone on from them. And we can complain about first-time finesses and all of this stuff, but everybody sort of stopped complaining and joined the bloody bandwagon. Every single player I play brings on Zlatan and throws it into the front post. Every single person plays ultra defensive. Every single person. Right? The idea of this being a game about football is a fucking joke. It's a header simulator mixed with how well can I just pump it up to Ronaldo. Right? The amount of Ronaldo abuse on this game, I get Ronaldo's fucking incredible, but the Ronaldo abuse is disgusting because it's, I'm going to shoot from 35 yards out because it's got a good chance of getting a corner and an auto goal with Ronaldo because he'll outleap fucking a 17-foot defender.
See, the thing is we spoke about this with Mikel, and when we discussed that there is no meta and there will never be a meta, and there still is not meta because players do try that crossing cut against me. A lot of them do try when I see these things about flick it up for an El Tornado cross, stand in the fucking way of an El Tornado cross, you dickheads.
See, I stand in the way of the El Tornado cross, but what happens now is the game will sometimes make it so that my player goes between the guy's legs.
Yeah,
and then it just flies into the top corner.
That does happen
Ronaldo
sometimes, but like I'm not joking. You don't see it a lot in pro players games because it's not that easy to do. Like you have to let them do it. And Adam, I've seen you play. You don't concede like a full game. Like you concede the odd one. Now the corners are broken because there were.
Do you know what? I have to
easy.
disagree with you there because later on in the weekend league, you get the real pros of cheating.
I've never had anyone
so much.
The most I've had is someone's do 2 against me.
I've had 5 in one game, and I had.
And they scored every one.
Yep, I had 22 shots. They had 6 shots, and they scored 5 of them.
Some of that is short defended, mate.
No, it's
I
not. The defender. What must my
El
the
Tornado
No,
crosses.
it's
I
not all
mean,
tornado crosses. It's just crossing it in and just pumping it into Ronaldo's fat head.
oh, okay.
And he
Right, if it's from
99 jumps it out. Like, which, fair enough, he has got 99 jump. But Ronaldo does not score every fucking header in
I
real life.
don't,
It's disgraceful.
I know, but I've seen people miss headers, easy headers as well with players and
I've never
stuff.
seen someone miss
You've
an
never
easy
seen
header
anyone
with
miss a header.
Not with
You've
Ronaldo.
never, maybe not with Ronaldo, but I've seen people cross it over Ronaldo's head a lot and
And
other
Zlatan,
things.
oh my god, don't even get me
Zlatan
started
ain't
with.
even that great. But
No,
because you got to get him in the box, so many people, you just choke them up high, and then Zlatan's stuck in the fucking halfway between the centre
I've got to be
circle
honest.
and
When I get a player that's like really a good human being and not trying to just cheat his way through life, they generally. Sorry, I know that sounds properly fucking horrible, but I've literally had enough of playing the same player 100 times in a month. But
I
when I
mean,
get a real player that's really, really good, sometimes they even use Latan, but they'll try and actually play real football with him. And I add them to thank them because that's how bad it's got for me. Look, it's just
but
my
the
personal
thing is,
experience.
I get
90% of the players I play, unless they're the with all due respect, no, not taking the piss, but the lower ranking people, if them, they haven't got a fucking clue how to do it, and also they are just learning the game almost.
honestly, I don't know how you face so many of these, but maybe I'll just stop it on accident.
There might
But
be, maybe I need to.
because
I'm going to be sending it into FUT coaching and being like, how do I stop people from playing?
send them a game where you get fucking El Tornado to hell. The
I
thing
don't
is,
get El Tornado to hell. It's just crosses into the
just all right,
box.
just crosses,
It's
whatever, same
I've
difference.
had someone. This is the bit that made me disgusted and made me hate EA, hate the bloody player I was playing against, and literally has pushed me almost close to deleting my club. Is that I was playing someone. They were through on goal, and I was like, "Oh, they're through on goal." With Ronaldo, oh, they're gonna slam it in. Fair enough. And like, you know what? You know when you're running back and you hope to God that your goalkeeper saves it, but you know it's
Yeah.
over. He then passed it out to Douglas Costa so he could cross it back in so he could header it in. And I was like, fuck you, stop playing the game and go and fucking play like Big Head Simulator or
Oh,
something.
I've,
That's
I'm,
so cheap.
I would like to also say that I do a lot of when my players through on goal, and I think they're going to do something dodgy. I just press through ball and let someone tap
There's
into an empty
no,
net.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking about cheese goals. Okay, cheese goals
No,
are part of real football.
yeah, but I
Nobody,
mean,
nobody has ever fucking run through on goal and gone, oh shit, I'm Peter Crouch. I can't do it with my feet. Cross it.
I get crossing. I get you have an issue with crossing, but I don't think crossing. I think there was a big spike in crossing when people claimed it was a meta, and then it died down. I don't
I
see
get it
cross. I
every day.
don't. Every game you play, you get people just crossing it in.
Apart from bad players or the occasional good player, I think that I get it about
I
eighty
play a lot
percent.
of. I honestly, I must have played like 20 Ronaldos on Cristiano Ronaldo's
Yeah,
on the weekend league, and the amount of cross goals I had, I must concede it was about four, not including corners, which would probably take it up to about 10.
my other problem as well, and
And
this is your problem
corners,
as well, is the ultra defense mode.
okay.
Everybody that's playing that way, fuck off. Go play
Drop.
another
All
game.
right, hold up. Drop back. So the problem I have with drop back is it's not really drop back.
Sorry, that was really harsh, but carry on.
It's not really drop back. And if everyone's doing it, then everyone's doing it. Because I do it, so I can't even get mad.
Then don't play.
Drop back, drop back. But the thing is, Adam, you need to just embrace the hate. You just need to embrace, let it soak your body in, right? Because drop back doesn't stop your players pressing. All it does is it means your players go into the right position. And it's EA's fault because they've made
Oh, it's
it so
EA's
that
fault,
drop
but
back. They
it's
make EA have made it so drop back
oh,
means
you
drop
can't
back
spell
into
cheap
position.
without EA. I get that, but but
Right.
and you can't spell
No.
cheap. It's amazing, isn't it? Cheap and cheap both have EA in it.
Right, but you can't you drop back. The reason drop back is so effective is because your players still press forward, but it just means they drop back into position, and they go where your tactics say they should go. Also, Adam has got so stressed he's lighting up a cigarette. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
sorry, it really is that stressful for me because
It's fine.
I look, we
But
we have gone
honestly, drop
from
back.
on this podcast we've gone from loving Kurt to disliking some things that he's done to thinking he's brilliant or bad or whatever, but I've got to give him 100% respect. On this, he's called this season really, really well, in my opinion, because of the fact that he said about like the Cheez-It goals. He said about how disgusting it is that if you've got a 6'5" defender, you get a player like Modric out leaping them. I mean, go to his Twitter and you'll watch him. You know, there's a video he's put up of his worst moments this year, and the goals he's conceded, and the goals that haven't gone in and stuff are just disgraceful.
Drop back is like a tactical thing, and there are
right. Fine, if everybody wants to play like what's that team that?
Burnley, but it's not like Burnley. It's not. This is where I disagree.
No, because Burnley don't have Ronaldo to pump out to cross into. Like, that's all it is. Like, you know, there are players I've played, Steve, where they're 40 yards out and they just have a pop 30 yards out and they pop shots to get that corner.
I do loads of shit like.
What's better, a corner or a penalty? Corner, and it has been the whole year.
No, it hasn't.
On FUT champs, it fucking is. The penalties are all over whiff-waff.
You just there's a trick to penalties. Just fucking hit them down the middle. I can't believe I'm saying this because now
no, don't say no. You can also put them to the side, Steve, which you do regularly. I've seen you do that.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And the next 3 penalties I'm doing are going down the left, centre, right, mid, something.
But my other slight problem with like I'd say this year is as such is that. I agree with what Kurt said, whereas like there's a way to play it properly where you try and score like good goals and stuff. Like I don't disagree with people playing defensive. I really want it to be out there that it's not I disagree with people playing defensive. It's that I disagree with people playing the way that the defensive is set up on this game because it is just anti fucking football.
They just literally put like 6 people behind the ball essentially, 4 at the back.
It's a lot of pep love.
2. Yeah, well, right, and then you can get through it. You just have to be patient.
Look, you can definitely.
But let me finish. What I want to say is that this game, the crux of this game is that you've got a team and I've got a team, and one of us is going home unhappy because one of us has to lose.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we are all playing with 11 characters who have an RNG number attached to their name for certain stats, and we're hoping that they'll do what we say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so the variables are so fucking messed up that the game is so frustrating because you think when you make a pass it's a 99% chance of a pass, but the game is working it out and it's totally different. And
I get that.
You get very frustrated, and that's the whole point of the game. There's certain things in the game that frustrate me more than some of the passes they do wind me up, and I just think that's not what I wanted to do. But the thing that pisses me off, I get that people put 6 behind the ball, but the thing is
it's not even putting 6 behind the ball.
When you've got to go when you're playing for these rewards, when 25 wins gets you fucking amazing rewards, but 24 leaves you on average. You need to scrape and claw and do everything you can to
there's a difference between scraping and clawing and basically abusing terrible fucking game mechanics. And also, I just want to add to this as well. Where did this game stop being about fucking fun? I get that there are Kurtz and stuff that can't really do it just for fun. I get that. But this game, every single mode is fucking overly, stupidly competitive to the point where people don't enjoy the game anymore. People talk about, oh yeah, I can't wait to get this card. It's got 5-star skill moves. You can't wait to El Tornado into the box. That's what you're really looking for. Stop lying, right? People talking about, oh, I want to see great, really fun cards like Baltimore and stuff, right? Bullshit. Everybody wants a 99 team that they can just throw headers into. I'm sorry, the excitement, like Limbombe, for instance, I love that card because of the fact that it moves like bloody Prime Pele. It can't do anything, can't shoot, it can cross really well. People should love it, really. But they should be kissing its ass. I don't care. I don't get why people don't like that card, by the way. It's got 99 crossing, 99 jumping, and it's got 99 pace and 99 agility.
What's the skill moves?
4-star and 5-star weak foot. It should be the perfect fucking meta card for everybody in this game because you could just throw it into Zlatan every time. But my point being about that card, it's actually a fun card to run through the middle and play the game. But people are complaining. You know why? Because they just want a fucking link to Ronaldo that's cheap. That's the truth of it. And
I'm gonna say, like, right now, spoiler, my main tactic is 4-1-2-1-2.
I don't think that's a big problem
Narrow.
though. I don't have a
I,
problem with that. You're trying to play through the middle. What's the big problem with that
no,
then?
but that's what I mean. Like, I don't think that's the way. Like, that's definitely not the way I play. A
No,
hundred
I'm not
percent.
saying that's the way you play. I played you a million billion times since FIFA '09. That's not the way you play, and I can be
I do
critical of my
drop
own
back.
game when I'm trying to win. Like, I overpass, but I always go for the attack. Like, this is a personal thing. I get why people hold the ball at the
Oh,
end.
I'm not gonna lie. There was game 25. I'm gonna just call it out. I really should have written the person's name down. Whoever I played, I fucking apologise because the last 25 minutes I was just like I was 3-1 up and I was just pooing myself, and so I would literally just go from corner to
But
corner.
there's a big
I
difference.
wasn't
There's
even attacking.
there's a big
I
difference
was
between
just being
that.
horrible.
Also, I've got to say something else as well. That's personal preference, that one, because teams do that in real life. That's actually real
Yeah,
football.
but not from the 65th minute, man.
Right.
I was, no, honestly, I was like, I just don't want to concede 2 goals. The goal in the 89th minute, and he didn't touch the ball for the rest of the game. I was like,
Again, look, I'm
you
not.
laugh. This is the problem.
I
We
don't
laugh
like.
about
No, I
it,
don't.
but
I don't like pep football, and I would have been mega pissed off playing you. But there's a big difference. Keeping the ball at the end of the game is
and
one
people
thing.
do that a lot. And I have to say that is one of the things. That your team can't press enough. That if someone wants to pass it round the back, it can take you 10 minutes in game
Uh,
minutes to get the
and
ball.
and pressing as well. By the way, don't even get me started with the pressing on this game.
It is
Swarm,
depressing.
swarm
Deep.
is disgusting. When someone's got a 99 pace team, swarm is unstoppable. When you're trying to like,
But you can get there's ways around it though,
no, there
like
are
just
ways
one
around
long
it.
goal kick or something.
There are ways around. No, there are ways around it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. 99% of the time I can pass around it. But you get that one team that's got 99 pace everywhere, and it is impossible to get round sometimes. Like you hold the ball
Yeah,
for more than half a millisecond, then you're fucked. And also, like, look, I've got my personal gripe is people have complained all year about bad game mechanics, but they all can't wait to use them.
yeah. I mean, that is one of the things, isn't it? Like people will say that they hate it, but then they'll go 27s and stuff,
Yeah,
and they'll be like, "Oh, how did I do this?" And the thing is there's always going to be a game mechanic to abuse.
I get that,
And
but
like,
it
because
doesn't feel like
it
football
used to
anymore.
always be pace abuse. Like that's the one that's classic, pace
Oh yeah,
abuse,
I mean,
and
I've got to say, by the way, that one of the funniest things for me, and you can call this me having an advantage over other players. I mean, I don't cross it into the front post, so I deserve this one, I guess. But I've got a wider monitor, and it's got a wider resolution, and that means a wider
yeah,
aspect ratio. When people try and play it over the top against me, they are fucked. I've got Manolas, and he's basically 99 pace centre back, or as near as can be, and Juan Jesus, another one that's near as good as 99 pace. You're not knocking it over the top over them when I can see and place them in the right position. Now people on console might, but that's so unfair and stuff. Well, tough shit. Like
well,
that's
I mean,
that's
the
not
thing
my
is,
fault.
yeah, but I will say like, I mean, I get the community has had its issues with a lot of infighting this year.
Yes.
I mean, about leaks. I mean, uh about wanting certain promos and them not going their way. I mean, I've seen traders go at each other saying bronze back
Yeah.
method is not the way and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just think like, like I get that the game is competitive, but like people need to calm down and realize that we all want the same thing. We all want a fun game. We all want to, and do you know what I will say? FIFA is the slowest reacting game to fixing a patch,
Oh my
and
god.
it's you know what the most frustrating thing is that Apex I think has had more gameplay changes than FIFA has. And Apex has only been out for like 2 months.
100% agree with you. Do you know what? I've got to compound this as well with people that keep saying, "Oh yeah, the whole thing about money in the game might go away because of the Belgium lawsuit and things like that." I just want to tell you that if you're someone that's celebrating that, don't, because the moment that EA don't have any money in this game, it's dead. Like, why do you think? Because pro clubs, I hear so many really good players talk about how much they love pro clubs and think it's brilliant and all of that stuff, right? And then it's getting nothing. And apparently EA heads are meeting to decide what to do with pro clubs. They're going to make it the most pay-for-win system that you've ever seen.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they're
gonna
going to
be
do...
V points in it,
Yeah,
whether
it's
it.
going to be exactly the same as the NBA system. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure it'll be a fun game mode. I'm not knocking that they won't do some good things. But they will make it worth their while because it'll be financially viable. Rather than... Because I think that EA have got a massive problem, which is they've lost the art of making fun in games and taken the money route. I mean, we all remember. Well, maybe we all don't remember, but there was once a interview with one of the heads of EA, and he come up with a great new payment system that he wanted to implement in games down the line, and that in like Battlefield games down the line, which was you pay for bullets. Now, if hopefully that guy got fired or shot out of a cannon, but I can honestly say that he probably didn't. He was very high up. I'll have to find it at some point and
Yeah, but anyway, right.
sorry, I'm digressing, but the point being that we need money in this game just for them to patch it.
Yeah, talking of money,
Yeah, good segue.
so there's been a lot of talk of the pro scene. There's a lot of stuff in the pro scene I want to cover. We haven't got a lot of time left. But one of the things I want to cover in the pro scene was Lyrics, among others. Lyrics, who's a good pro player, like top 15, I think, got caught coin buying and has been banned. And he got caught. I don't know how much he got caught buying. I don't know thing, but he did. And some people have said that he's been doing it all year. I don't know if that's true because he's only just got caught now. And I would love for him to make a statement. Maybe he has made a statement. I haven't really looked, but he got caught coin buying, and a lot of people have said, "Well, how many pros have done it?"
Yeah,
And why has he got to do it? I mean, there's been loads of ridiculous shit. I welcomed their change to they changed it so you needed certain squads, so you could only have like two icons, two 90 rated players. So they made it more about skill and, you know, not just pay to win, because it was unfair. Like, if you didn't have a Bateson-esque squad and you come up against Bateson, you'd probably lose.
I just want to quickly say that he has come out and categorically apologised. He's yeah, he's
Did you say how much it was?
no. He said that he's going to go on a break until FIFA 20. He might stream
And come
when
back again.
Team of the Season releases. Yeah, he will come back. He's apologised. He said he's tainted what was a great year. Da 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 da. Da. Fair enough. Like, you know,
I mean, do you know what though? But like, the thing is, right? In the game when the edge is so like any edge is like in any game, like any one-on-one game, any edge you can get is so important.
yeah,
He's essentially right, and this might get me abused, but he's basically just taken TRT,
yeah,
and you don't know how long he's been taking TRT for. You don't know like how does this fuck up all his previous fights? I mean, tournaments. Like you don't know
to be honest,
how big the damage is. And the thing is, he wants to get an advantage. He's clicked the link on the description, and the thing is, not everyone has 100 like 2 grand to whack on packs at the start of the
yeah.
game.
And also, can I just add one
Not that
last?
I condone coin buying.
Um,
Adam.
I'm not condoning it, but I will say this: EA would not have a fucking problem with it if you'd have spent that same money on their packs, obviously, right?
And he pulled R9.
Yeah, right. So the truth of the matter is that we can say that the losers are the other players because they've had to do it legit, and I get that, and that's sort of correct. However, EA are the big losers in that. In coin buying, they're the big losers. They're always going to be the big losers. It's not us, the community. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We could talk about it is us, the
Yeah,
community, and
the reason they care is because it's their money they're losing out on.
yeah,
And I do wonder how long it will take for them to just put a thing on their market. Although they would never do it because it would come out of control.
what, buy coins? Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be completely out of control. The problem is that they
They do
release
want to
them.
control how many coins are in the market because if they don't, it can get very dangerous.
Oh yeah, I think that they're gonna have to start looking at their whole market and how they do it. To be honest, because I think
That is definitely a whole other pod subject.
yeah,
But
yeah, it is.
we'll talk about that at FIFA 20 because we said that they should do it last time.
Yeah,
They haven't changed it, and it's a shit show.
if anything, they made it worse.
Yeah. I also want to talk about pro tournaments.
Yeah, go ahead.
So FaZe, I don't know if everyone has seen this, but go on his Twitter, and this is a joke. He was playing in a weekly qualifier, and he had 89 Sane because you could only have a certain amount of 90 rated players, etc., etc., etc. And so he had 89 Sane on the bench.
Mm,
Headliner. Fair enough. Go him. Right? Clock turns midnight. His 89 headliner won.
yeah.
He gets kicked out of the tournament for cheating. Now, I'm sorry. Like, he was in the middle of a fucking tournament. If there's that big of an issue on it, let him change his fucking player.
Or just
He's not.
yeah. Sorry,
He's
go on.
not. He's not cheated. He's not gone out to like fucking thing.
No.
He's got an 89 rated player, and it's turned to 91. Like, common fucking sense, you fucking idiots. I'm sorry. Like, if he was accidentally hiding a 94 bullet, I'd be like, ban the cunt, ban him now.
Yeah.
He hasn't. His card has changed rating in the middle of a tournament, and now he's been fucked for it.
Actually, do you know
Uh,
what? It's 150% EA's fault, or not his fault at all. What
yeah,
is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Now, even if he knew that card was going to get upgraded, do you know what that is? That's being smart. That's not being a cheat. That I complain about people
yeah.
cheating and draft all this shit. That's not cheating. If someone done that, I'd be like, you clever fuck. Like, I'd actually
Why
respect them a
didn't
bit for
I
doing it.
fucking think of? Yeah, why the
Yeah.
fuck didn't I think of that? Yeah, he's in my opinion, he did absolutely nothing wrong, and he should be given a qualifier spot because as that he got done,
Oh,
he
he
got
got
absolutely done. He got absolutely fucking done.
yeah.
And the last thing I want to talk about qualifiers, and now there was some hype. Now, obviously, MS Dossery, you alluded to it, beat SC Tex, and they obviously tried to stir up this beef because they got Spencer Owen ask like Tex if he's the best player and all that sort of stuff,
Mhm.
which he is the best player, and he responded like a typical 18-year-old, like who's just won 6 tournaments in a row or whatever,
Yeah.
and was like, "I am the best player. Eat shit." Like, and he basically said, "Yeah." Spencer Owen basically said, "Are you better than MS Dossery?" And then and then Tex basically responded, "I am better than MS Dossery."
Yeah.
And then the next interview was MS Dossery. No, it wasn't that way around. It was the other way around. Sorry. MS Dossery said they asked MS Dossery, like, "You're the defending world champion. Like, are you still the best player? What do you think of Tex?" And then it went back and forth,
Yeah.
and everyone was going mad. Like, how dare they pit them against each other? You fucking idiots.
Oh no.
Like, this is a fucking rivalry. Oh, look at Man City, Liverpool. Everyone wants to see them fight each other.
Yeah.
Every fucking body. The only people that are fucking oblivious to this shit are Man United fans. Who gives a fuck about Man United fans? Right? Like, come on now.
No, they want Man City to win it.
I know it's funny,
It's beautiful,
but
isn't
the thing is, you have two great players, right? You need to break out and make their game interesting. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, for casuals, like, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's the two." They might not even know they're the two best players in the world unless they
Yeah.
start shouting out about it and going, "I want to beat that guy. I want to be number one. I want to prove myself." Like, you're not gonna have anything. And EA needed to stoke them fires, and EA did well. They
Yeah.
that
In that
interviewer
sense, they
did a
did.
good. They did a good job, right, of like stoking up some rivalry, and whether it was seemed fake and not real, I don't give a fuck. Like, most fighters, it's like when they go in the thing, don't they? They go, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up, I'm gonna kill you," and then they have
Yeah.
their fight. They have their fight, and then they come out and like, "Good game, fair,
And
good
they're like
game."
cuddling each
Yeah,
other at the end
they
of the
kind of
fight.
like, "I've got the most respect for this fight I've ever had." Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's the same sort of thing. Like,
Some bullshit line about them. Like, what was it? Like, I love Conor McGregor. Well, before all the okay. At this point, I love Conor McGregor because I'm not commenting on all the fucking shit that's come out since, because that's disgraceful. But at the time, I was a big Conor McGregor fan. He fights Mayweather. He puts in a decent performance against Mayweather, in my opinion, a really decent performance. And then Mayweather says that like he was like the hardest hitter he ever faced. With all due respect, I love Conor McGregor. Like at that time, I really want to stress that, but he would not have been the hardest puncher that Floyd had ever, or the hardest fight. I think he also said the hardest fight. He would not have been either of those things for Floyd. I've
Yeah,
seen
but
Floyd.
it's just the
Floyd's fought
respect.
some. Yeah, it's just, and they said some horrible shit to each other before the fight. But it is the
And that
respect.
was
You're right.
very, very manufactured.
Yeah. Oh god.
Apart from the CJ Watson jersey, which was genius. But
Yeah, that was genius. But that's the whole thing. Like, let's just call it what it is. It's called fucking hype, and it's called publicity. We have no problem when they're hyping packs, but we've got a problem when they're hyping two really good players playing against each other. With like, guess what? They're trying to fucking create an esport here. Now,
yeah,
we could complain all bloody day about gameplay patches, 100%, about how certain players abuse shit, 100%, and about how maybe one of them, of the top two, actually quite abuses stuff, whereas the other one's actually... I have a personal opinion about the two. I think MS Dosser is a better player.
all right.
That's just my personal opinion. But what I will say, he's obviously a very good player, F2 Techers and all that. Like, I've sort of gone over this on Twitter.
Have you seen his mad Leicester coach? She does just ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like, that is it, isn't it? It's like you need to hype up your two gold. They've got two golden gooses. The thing is, as well, one of the problems that FIFA has is that FIFA's not that enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, especially this year, unfortunately, with all the
it's very like linear. It's like watching a cup game, but it's very linear.
It's why I can't watch. I promise I'm not hammering the guy. He's fucking unbelievable at the game. But F2 Techers, when the finesse shots fiasco was going on, was horrible to watch. I know he does really nice elasticos and all of that stuff, and I get it. And I'm not taking the piss out of him. He's done what everybody else done. So if anything, he's part of my earlier rant about players. But the guy had like 5 billion goals in like 2 games with Messi because it was for the first time finesse. And that's not fun. And don't get me wrong, other stuff he does is obviously fun to watch. And it's not an attack on him. Every pro player uses some sort of game mechanic. But the game needs to be fixed. Then it'll be more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I do think that if you have like people that have different ways, like if you have it like proper football,
yeah.
Where I mean, we're going to go on a massive tangent here, but like if you have it like proper football, where someone can viably set up a 4-4-2 where everyone gets back and defends like Burnley, and another team goes, I want to do free flow and attacking football, and they've both got their merits and they've both got the downsides. Like that's why I mean, even though Tekken and all them sort of fighting games, because they have such a plethora of moves, like no two fights are the same, whereas FIFA, it does feel like you've seen it all.
Yeah.
But that's not. We didn't even come here to talk about that. That's it. I think we're done. Is there anything else you wanna?
Just trying to think. Actually, there is like one last little point I'd like to make. This year, it started out fantastic. I don't want to give like a State of the Union address quite yet until we'll do a podcast to cover the end of the season. But this year has been. It started out, and I was full of praise for a lot of things that EA were doing. At first I hated the game. I just want to point out that I hated how it played. A lot of people loved it, and I got on board with that because of the fact that I was like, I'm not going to disagree with them, even though it's not my type of thing. I'm going to get on with it and try and get into it, and I got better at the game and enjoyed it more and all of that stuff. About since December, it's been a fucking fiasco, and it's just been. They've given up gameplay patches, which I think's disgusting. And anybody saying, "Oh well, maybe they're just putting all resources into FIFA 20." They are a team of 10 to 20 like what was it that one of them said 10,000 people working on it or something. I might be completely wrong there, but
I don't know.
There are more than 5 people working on FIFA.
I don't want to Eddie Bravo you, but I'm going to Eddie Bravo you here. right? What if they couldn't fix it and every other iteration of the game that they produced was worse? Had like an even more abusable mechanic.
Okay, then what they should have done, honestly, is this is my God's honest opinion on this. I could fix it. I can't code and I could fix it. Go back to gameplay 1 or gameplay patch 2. Get rid of finesse first time. Done. Or no, actually better than that. Get rid of the
No,
first.
because
Get
the
rid of the.
the crossing was always in the game, Adam. It wasn't. It didn't just appeared. The prevalence of the crossing come out because they got rid of finesse. And the prevalence of the crossing was seen in the first patch when, oh look, it's a Virgil van Dijk overhead kick. What a goal!
Okay.
Oh look,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Immediately. Do you know what? I'd rather than bring back overhead kicks. Go back to. Do you know what? Gameplay patch 1. I think. Admittedly, maybe it was also because of the fact that the community had not learned how to abuse the game yet. But
Well, that's the
I
thing.
think
As
it's
the game
fixable.
gets on,
I think it's
someone.
fixable.
The thing is, if tomorrow F2 Techs come out with a new mechanic, like found another mechanic to abuse, and he absolutely just shat on his opponents 10-0, 10-0, 10-0,
Yeah.
everybody would be copying him.
Well,
And that is the thing, and that is some of the game. To be honest.
I will say this. Just one last thing on this. I like the NBA series. I'm not invested like I am on this. I don't play the online modes. I'm going to from next year though. It for me personally, as a fan of both sports, it's easier to watch. Like it's actually fun to watch. But also the other thing as well is that when people have got abusive mechanics, it's because of the fact that those are real abusive mechanics in basketball at the time. Like, I don't mind people being able to shoot really well with Ronaldo. And I don't mind that he can score quite a lot of headers. Not every single header all the time, front post, corner, bollocks. But he is amazing. I don't mind when it's like abusive mechanics that are in real life. But what I do mind is inventing abusive mechanics. And I'm sorry, they can fix it. EA are a billion dollar company. If they put enough resources into it, considering how much money we're giving them back, remember this is a game that they make billions from, they can put 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 million into this game to fix the problems throughout the year, and they don't, and it's very clear to everyone that they don't, and that's disgraceful.
Yeah, okay. I mean, some of the server stuff. Well, I'm not.
Oh god, yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. Let's say like EA. Like I mean, to be honest, I still think this is the best FIFA we've had in the last 4 years, and that's not even a joke. Like the only FIFA I've liked more than this one is FIFA 14.
Really?
Yeah. I genuinely, I think that people were very quick to forget. Like I said, FIFA 18 was a shit show. Like, it was just, yeah, well, because you could score goal whenever you wanted, and you thought that was fun. But
no, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It was because, honestly, it was because of the fact that it was the movement of the players that I loved. Like,
yeah, and the lack of movement of the defenders just let them.
Because I stopped being a skiller this year. Last year, I think that's what's also
skills are easier. Skills are easier in this FIFA.
Yeah, which has made me stop doing it because I have always enjoyed doing stuff a little bit different on the game because of the fact that I just find it fun. I like surprising my opponent with something that they're not used to, which is why I think I have such a big problem with everybody playing the fucking same. And that's the genuine truth. I like variety in the game. It's why I try to play a different way. It's why I don't have meta players in my squad ever. It's why I have tried to be a different type of player. But last year, I felt like I had more of a chance to do that than this year. But I will say there were some big fucking issues with last year, and this year, and the year before, and the year before.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's just a personal preference thing.
But how have they not fixed it? How is it that they've had this game on this engine for about 5 years now, and every
I
year,
honestly, personal opinion is that dissension is shit.
yeah,
And there are certain things with the physics, like how your player can run into their defenders, get knocked over, and it's not a foul.
yeah.
But then in the penalty box, if they've got the ball, you win the ball. There's a weird leg collision that wouldn't happen in real life, and they get a penalty.
And don't get me wrong, by the way, I understand that it's a game and there's going to be
I,
glitches and
I, yeah,
problems.
yeah, I understand that as well.
I've seen some
This,
funny things on NBA. I'm not going to keep bashing on about NBA, but I've seen some funny things on NBA that have blown me away. Like players, like their limbs literally just like extending so that they can make a block and stuff. It's disgusting.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I
But
will.
it's a
That game
glitch,
plays
and
really fucking well.
on but on here, like the refereeing decision, I hate
Oh, don't even.
this the inconsistency. Like someone can try and take you out, slide, and they won't get booked. Or you'll be throwing goal and they slide you 50 yards back, and then it gives a foul. And instead of giving the advantage, and then it will try and give you an advantage when there's no advantage at all. You try and boot the ball out, and then it goes, oh no, that's it. You used up your advantage now, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's not how football works, and
Yeah,
that's some of the stuff that's the most frustrating for me. Anyway, we could cover that
yeah,
in another pod. I think we should wrap it up now.
yeah. Fair enough.
So the reward today is going to go to me for getting top 100.
Fair
Woo!
enough.
I'm
Fair
such
enough.
a dick. I'm such a dick.
Fair
I'm never
enough.
going to get top 100 again, so I'm going to
No,
bask
you
in my
will. You
glory.
will.
I don't know. I will see. It's very hard for me to get 30 games in a week, to be honest.
It's so. Do you know what?
Weekend.
It
It's
needs to
so
be over a
fucking.
week, in my opinion. But that's for another
Oh,
podcast.
that's another podcast, right? And then right, so right, this is us saying goodbye now. So until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Have a good one, guys.
Steve Gerrard sucks.